God damn it. Now, Kanye West, man. Now, Kanye West definitely, if you ask me, is a visionary, all right? He's pushing the envelope when it comes to music. Now, I don't know what he got going on with Skeet and Kim Kardashian. All that cuckold stuff, that's beyond me. However, what he's doing right now in tech, fashion, and music is unheard of, all right? Now, if y'all want a whole breakdown, y'all got to go watch my podcast, Off the Record. I'm going to do an episode kind of dedicated around it. But I'm going to give you out the simple news. Basically, Kanye West is in a very unique position, okay? He is one of the rare artists that actually owns his shit, right? And by the way, he don't own his previous masters yet because remember, Def Jam ain't trying to sell it back to him. But he owns his current stuff going forward, and he gets to decide where it could go, where it could live. Now, when artists usually get to that point of their career, the industry already ate them up, chewed them up, digested them, and shattered them out, okay? They're usually irrelevant. Kanye West could still garner the attention of everybody in hip-hop. Now, he owns his stuff. He could dictate and actually make changes to how music is received in hip-hop, okay? Now, how is he doing this? Well, down to two, he's deciding that it won't be on streaming platforms. Won't be on Apple Music, won't be on Spotify, Pandora, won't be on Google Play, won't be on even Amazon Music. Now, he's coming out with this, kind of like player called STEM. And he says, if you want it to listen to my music, you got to go listen to it on this particular item. Now, he actually turned down a $100 million Apple deal, which was a streaming deal that also included some live events, including the Donda 2 live streaming event, and also like some exclusivity stuff that he was going to do with them, but he turned it down for his own personal STEM thing to be the only place you could get his music. Now, this actually kind of cross parallels into, this whole thing about, Rogan recently, where people were so mad and people were like, yo, artists are going to pull their stuff from Spotify. Here's the thing about that. In reality, most of these artists don't own their masters. And in reality, most of these artists don't control where their music goes. Kanye West is one of the rare artists that right now controls where his music goes. Kanye West is, put it like this, Drake at this point can't control where his music goes. You get me? There's no big artist, okay, that's still active and relevant that could control where their music goes. Now, Jay-Z could, but Jay-Z's not really active and relevant in the game in terms of putting out music constantly. Kanye is. Think about everybody else. The Weeknd can't. Okay, The Weeknd can't, Ed Sheeran can't, Post Malone can't. All these other people who are huge in music cannot control where their music goes. Okay, now I believe Taylor Swift's a little bit different because she's in a completely different situation. She could, but Kanye West, being the maverick that he is making a stance, and this is what he said on one of his Instagram posts. He said, "STEM player trended. Go to STEM player blah 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 to be a part of the revolution. I feel that same feeling when I moved to New York." To make it in music. I didn't know it was going to happen, but I knew I had to move. After 10 albums, after being on the 10 contracts, I turned down a $100 million Apple deal. No one could pay me to be disrespected. We set our own price for our art. Tech companies made music practically free. So if you don't do merch, sneakers, tours, you don't eat. Jay-Z made Tidal and fake media attacked him. Well, in the words of my big brother, come and get me. I'm willing to die standing because I ain't living on my knees no more. God, please cover me. I run this company 100%. I don't got to ask no permission. This is our second generation STEM player. We got more working on. I feel like how I felt in the first episode of the documentary. Now, I got to just say to Kanye, this is a brave move. Because first and foremost, a lot of people usually pick the bag over the integrity. And obviously, people usually be like, nah, I wouldn't pick money over my integrity. Well, you're not turning down $100 million. You say, fuck your integrity for the moment. It's the reason why people sign record contracts. They usually complain at some point that these record contracts are slave contracts. But they want the bag. They want the $10 million. They want the $5 million. Whatever it is that's being offered, they want the bag. Kanye turned down $100 million, and granted, he's worth over $1 billion, but he turned down a lump sum of money. And honestly, I just got to say, I am very, very proud of this guy. I'm watching this guy, again, put his money where his mouth is. He's trying to change the status quo. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to work because these labels are invested in getting new artists into situations that are going to be record labels, right? Or record contracts, actually. So at the end of the day, there's not much that's going to change when it comes to that. Anyway, Kanye West, he basically turned down $100 million to put his stuff exclusively on his own device. And Apple don't want to work with him right now. They pulled the deal, and his streaming live streaming for Donda 2, the whole event is gonna have to be done elsewhere because they don't want to work with him because he's trying to build his own stuff. Ironic, ain't it? Right?